I have here with me a tier list. Wow, a tier list. I have a tier list of all the Terraria versions, right? We have all the major ones up top, and we have all the minor ones, all the minor changes, all the minor updates, whatever they have removed or added throughout the years of Terraria's lifespan. I have skipped out on a few because not all Terraria versions did add or get rid of stuff. Most of the 53 versions, right? Most of the 53 updates of Terraria was just bug fixes. But yes, I will lay down some ground rules first. Terraria's a great game, right? Terraria's a great game. It has so many updates to it. Most of these are going to be ranking high on the list. Like, there's no bad things added to Terraria. Mostly. I'll get to that in a second. So this list is only going to cover vanilla. It's not going to be modded. It's only going to cover, you know, the main, quote-unquote, main updates, right? Only the main update. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and Journey's End. Those are obviously going to be the most controversial because most people started playing in each one of these updates, right? Yes. Okay, let's get into it. Terraria version 1.0, right? This is probably the best update. Well, because it's not even really an update. It set the ground rules of what Terraria is. It set the boundaries of what Terraria is, what Terraria can be, and what Terraria, you know, will be in the future. All right, 1.0.1. Now this is where I have my main gripes. What did 1.0.1 add? Sorry, it removed the Zappinator. If you don't know Terraria's history, back in the day, the Zappinator was one of the most overpowered weapons that the dev used to like test out the game and make sure everything's alright. It would have been an honor to use the Zappinator back in the day. I'd say it's D tier, yeah. All right, 1.0.2. What did this one add? Sticky bombs! Sticky bombs! Okay, this one's going up in A tier. I don't think I can live in a world without sticky bombs, honestly. Bombs in itself, you know, it's a great, you know, it's a great way to like, you know, make your elevator. But sticky bombs are just so much more better. You just throw it and it sticks. You just throw it and it sticks. Compared to a regular bomb where you throw it and it just rolls all around the place and it's so unpredictable. But yes, 1.0.2 added sticky bombs and that deserves an A tier. That's fair, that's fair. 1.0.3, okay. Tim! 1.0.3 added Tim. This is going all the way up in high A tier. I'm gonna try and make this organized. High A tier. Tim is the most iconic character in the game. More iconic than a Rune Wizard. More iconic than not the Eye Cthulhu. I'd say it's on the same level, but I didn't realize that he was added so early on in Terraria's lifespan. That's probably why he's so iconic, you know. 1.0.3 A tier, A plus. All right. 1.0.4. What did this add? King Slime and vanity items. Okay, King Slime. Okay, let's look at King Slime as a boss as a whole, right? He's a big slime. People probably like flustered over him and stuff. Right? There's not much else to him, you know? He spawns in little slimes. But also, I didn't realize that it was added so early on as well. I put him in B tier. He doesn't add much to the game. I think B tier is fair because in the early days of Terraria, you know, adding a new boss was obviously a big deal. 1.0.5. Potions! Oh, it added potions? I think A tier. I don't use potions in my playthroughs very much. Actually, like for everyday Terraria use, potions... I'm thinking C tier, guys. Who uses potions, am I right? Only the sweats use potions. Only the sweats. I mean, when you get a shine potion, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save that for later. No, you won't. You'll forget about it. When you have an iron skin in your inventory, you just drink it straight away. You're like, what, you get a buff for like, what, 2 minutes? And that's it. I think 1.0.5, the potion update, should go in C tier. Even back in the day, you probably didn't even use potions because it didn't even know they exist. 1.0.6 added critical hits and damage types. Interesting. And now damage types, you know, without damage types you wouldn't have classes, right? You wouldn't have specific classes, so I think A tier. You know, it's a solid update. 1.0.6.1. What the hell is this? A sawmill. 1.0.6.1. That added a sawmill back in August 17, 2011. Wow. That sawmill had to get it up and put it off the south. Who uses a sawmill, man? Who uses a sawmill is going in D tier. No. We are going to a special place in my past, you know? A special place in my past. What? Terraria version 1.1. Like, goddamn, this is probably the best update. Very, very close. Oh, let's put them closer. Let's make it a bit closer, you know? It's yeah. Yeah, like that. This is the version that I started playing on. Way back in 2013, I can't remember. It was the only game that your little boy had. It added hard mode. Hold on. It added hard mode. It added wings, statues, and of course, it added the wall of flesh and the three mech bosses. Without this update, like, you know, I wouldn't have gotten into Terraria. Like, without this update, Terraria would not be Terraria. 1.1.1. Ah, the Christmas update. The Frost Legion. We got the Frost Legion and we got Santa Claus. Okay, the Frost Legion, it's an event. Who remembers the Frost Legion? But it's a cool event. You know, back in the day, it was the only way to get snow in your world because, you know, you didn't have snow. You didn't have snow biomes. No such thing as that. You also get Santa Claus because, wow, Santa Claus. 1.1.1. Christmas update. B tier. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. Terraria version 1.1, like the whole update, only had one update. I forgot about that because this was meant to be the final version of Terraria, right? The version that we have Terraria in now. But I'm glad that they kept on updating it. 1.2. I have a gripe with 1.2, right? This is also another one of the updates where most people started playing. This added so much. You could walk up blocks now, which is massive. Items stack to 999, which before it only stacked up to 250, which was so annoying for some reason. Like 250, why pick that number? You got new NPCs, like a whole ton of new NPCs. You got new music, new bosses. As you can see, you've got the Queen Bee, and I'm pretty sure this was when you can get Chlorified as well. Oh, they also added Plantera. Yeah, 1.2 was a pretty good update, but I do have a gripe with 1.2. As a wee lad, I didn't have internet growing up. All I had was my Xbox 360 and Terraria, which means I couldn't get any updates. My Xbox was stuck in the past while the rest of the world was getting ahead of me. It was unfair. I felt so jealous. I never got to play this update. It sucks. It really did suck. I was getting FOMO at the age of like 10. I didn't have access to the Queen Bee, to the temple even. That wasn't even a thing back here. All I had was hard mode and Okram, which was cool. But for a few years, it started getting stale, right? It started getting stale. So I stopped playing Terraria. Because I just got bored of the game. You know, I did get to play it like maybe a couple times when I went to my friends and we played on this PS3, which was cool. I really enjoyed those moments, but it like gave me a sneak peek into the future. You know, it gave me a sneak peek into what this game could be. It was great whenever I played 1.2, but whenever I didn't, it just sucks. So for that reason, why I couldn't play it most of the time is going below 1.0. At 1.1, maybe about here. Yeah, just a little bit more room. Just a little bit more room for 1.3. 1.2.1. Okay, what did this one add? What was this one? Halloween. Okay, Halloween. 18. Like every single playthrough, if I get up to that point, I do the Halloween. It adds things for melee players. It adds things for summoners. And it's just a fun event to do. The Frost Moon sucks. You know, the Frost Moon is the worst thing in the world. But the Pumpkin Moon is actually just really, really fun. Okay, 1.2.2. Now this is an update I hate.
I hate 1.2.2. Do you know why?
It added the Frost Moon.
Like, who likes the Frost Moon? Who does the Frost Moon willingly? No one. This is going in straight F. Straight F.
Frost Moon is the worst event in Terraria ever created. Worse than the Frost Legion. Yes, it is worse than the Pumpkin Moon. It is worse than a solar eclipse. It is worse than everything else. Who would want to do it? No one does this. No one does this unless you're going through like a full spare playthrough, like Waffle Time did. You are not going to be doing this. 1.2.3. Traveling Merchant. Oh, okay. Well, the Traveling Merchant was a good addition to Terraria, right? We all get excited for the Traveling Merchant because he sells really good items. Beat it. 1.2.4. Added Duke Fishron. It added fishing, minecarts, and the pixel piracy crossover content. Well, Duke Fishron is a fun boss. Do I want to put it in A tier? High B tier. It's above King Slime. 1.3. This actually added an end game. This actually added the Moon Lord, added the Lunatic Cultist, which is going to bring it down a notch. You actually had a final goal in Terraria. Expert mode was added, which is huge because normal mode was too easy. But 1.3 is probably one of the biggest updates in Terraria history. In terms of numbers of players actually playing, like this blew everything out of the water, right? This is going right up here, very close to this, because by this time I actually had internet, I could actually play it. It is definitely better than the 1.2, way better than 1.2 actually. Actually 1.2 doesn't actually, it doesn't deserve to be that close to 1.3. Yeah, that feels a bit more better. 1.3.0.8, which one? Oh. This update was when Terraria is officially playable on Mac OS and Linux. Playing on console, that is completely fine. Playing on a normal PC, that's fine. Playing on a Mac, who plays Terraria on a Mac? Play on a normal PC. Play it on a normal PC. We don't need more Mac OS users out there, alright? F tier. F tier. I think that anyone who has a Mac OS deserves to be in hell. Toshiba's better than this. I don't care. Anything but a Mac. I'm not gonna rip you for being on mobile, because some people just don't have consoles, some people just don't have PC. All they have is their phone. Mac.
Mac, on the other hand, who plays on Mac? No one plays on Mac.
This is what I think.
Get off Terraria. Play on Minecraft or something. Do not come into this purified game and corrupt it with your stinky, smelly, expensive computers.
1.3.1. All right. What's this one? Significant update to wiring and mechanisms. Oh. I mean, let's be real. Without wiring, you wouldn't even have farms. So, detail. Why not? It's a thing in the game that you can do. What is this? What is this? Tell me, what is this thing?
Do you understand what's happening here? No, you don't. What is this? What? It's so complicated for no reason.
Okay. Let's have a look at redstone. Oh, well, that's just not Minecraft. Look, it's so simple. You cannot do this in Terraria. Look at this. There's not even any redstone present. There's just the 2 bits. You can make it look so pretty, but in Terraria, look at this. It literally looks like you can plug this into your computer and it would like run like a sophisticated calculatable like probability of like the universe or something. Look at this garbage. Absolute
garbage.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
What is this?
Bottom of D tier. Bottom of D tier. I think I made my point. Now that my rant is over, what is 1.3.2? Chest item sorting, corruption and crimson selection on world creation. There we go. Yeah. Well, that's okay. This is going in high B tier. This is actually going in high B tier. Such a valid update. I forgot to go over it. But that's also why 1.2 is at the bottom of S tier. It's because, like, come on. It added crimson to the game. Just stick with corruption. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's better. And I know that 50% of you watching this can agree with me, right? Crimson is the worst biome ever in Terraria. And the other 50% of you are like disliking the video and like coming to my house to burn me at the stake. 1.3.3. Underground desert update, sandstorms. Oh. Alright, so this update added sandstorms, underground desert update, and sand elementals. I think everyone can agree with me on this one. Like, I don't think there's any controversy here. I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone would argue with me. 1.3.4. All right, so this was the update where they added the old one's army. You know, 1.3 as a whole, you know, it was actually a really good update. They added so much good stuff, but they also added some not good stuff. Some really bad decisions made in the executive room. 1.4. Journey's End is probably one of the best updates to Terraria. I would say it's better than 1.3 because honestly, 1.4 is like actually like my favorite version of Terraria. You know, it would be nice to go back to the 1.1 version, but 1.4 is probably the most good changes to Terraria. A lot of quality of life, which is great, especially for console, right? Especially for console. Also, the most players ever started playing Terraria. 1.4. It added journey mode, which is great, you know, for the people who just want to chill out. It added a whole bunch of quality of life, as I said. And then we got a ton of mini biomes, like the Oasis and all the other ones. But it did add one thing which I absolutely hate about the game. Golf. Who plays golf in Terraria willingly? Like, sure, you might try it out like once or twice. Like, oh yeah, wait, yeah, they added like a fun little mini game. No, they didn't add a fun mini game. They added a torture simulator. There's a whole NPC dedicated to it. There's a whole NPC dedicated to playing golf in Terraria. And do you know where you find him? Do you know where you find him? In the underground desert. You find him in the underground desert. 1.4.0.5. This one added the Torch God mini event. This one deserves to be in B. 1.4.1 credits Princess NPC and the Flink staff. Okay, without the Flink staff and the Flink set, yeah, the summoner class would be so much worse. It has to go on B tier. 1.4.2.3. We're actually nearing the end of the list really fast. Oh, this is when the Secret Seed, the Celebration Mark 10. Okay, well, I've never played the Seed before, but from the looks of it, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's got the weird looking sand. You know, it looks pretty funky. It changes the look of sand. That's pretty cool. I'm putting it in B tier. 1.4.3. I hope we end on a good note. Deerclops and new secret world seed don't start together. Oh, okay. This was actually a valid seed. I really like the Deerclops boss, so I would put it in A. 1.4.4. The Labor of Love update. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that they changed Golems and Duke Fishron's AI, or like didn't they change the what's it called? Terraria. What is this? What is this? Try this in the morning. What is it? Yes. Best in the market. Long-lasting, fast-acting knee pain relief. Peter's chronic knee pain. Peter was a typical 70-year-old, pretty active middle-class life. What are these? It looks like it's digging into his knees. That's not good. That is not good. Do not buy anything that looks like this. Powerful pain reliever. What? Whoa, that's a thick banana.